The unorthodox lifestyle of the Brown family is the subject of the 2014 Discovery Channel reality TV series Alaskan Bush People. The family, led by parents Billy and Amy Brown, relied on hunting, self-sufficiency, and survival skills to survive in the Alaskan wilderness. The program portrayed their struggles to establish a self-sufficient existence far from contemporary civilization, including overcoming severe weather conditions, constructing dwellings, and collecting food. As Billy's condition deteriorated over time, the family eventually moved to Washington state. Alaskan Bush People garnered a devoted following despite criticism about authenticity because they demonstrated fortitude, familial ties, and the appeal of a wild, hard life. The program is still a mainstay of reality TV that focuses on survival. Alaskan Bush People. The unique lifestyle of the Brown family is chronicled in the reality television series Alaskan Bush People, which debuted on the Discovery Channel in 2014. As Billy and Amy Brown and their 7 kids try to live off the grid in the Alaskan bush, the program follows them. Audiences throughout the globe have been captivated by their way of life, marked by independence, tenacity, and a strong connection with the natural environment. The series has changed throughout time, capturing the family's victories and hardships as they deal with the difficulties of living alone. Far from modern civilization. Initially, the Brown family resided in isolated parts of Alaska, distant from the modern world. They searched for food, constructed houses, and learned survival techniques to withstand the challenging climate. They called themselves the Wolf Pack, highlighting their solidarity and mutual need in contrast to traditional families. They had to contend with severe weather, food shortages, and building shelters out of nothing but the materials found in the woods. Adapt and overcome adversity. The family's capacity for adaptation and perseverance in the face of hardship is a significant topic of the show. Notwithstanding their injuries, financial difficulties, or land ownership-related legal troubles, the Browns have remained firm in their commitment to their way of life. The children's adventures into maturity, skill development, and sometimes exploring options outside of their isolated upbringing are also highlighted in the program. Criticism and controversy. Alaskan Bush People have been criticized as controversial despite their popularity. Some viewers and reviewers have questioned the realism of the family's lifestyle, who contend that certain parts of the program are produced or exaggerated for entertainment's sake. There have been rumors that suggest the Browns may have interacted with contemporary culture more than is seen on film. Furthermore, the show's depiction of Billy Brown's and certain family members' misery has been questioned due to legal issues concerning residency claims and benefits fraud. Relocation for medical treatment. Amy Brown's diagnosis of severe lung cancer in 2017 was a significant turning point in the program. As a result, the family moved to Washington state so she could get medical care. As the Browns moved from the isolated Alaskan wilderness to establish a new homestead in the Washington Highlands, their life and the program's plot significantly changed. Many viewers were moved by the emotional depth that Amy's fight with illness and eventual recovery brought to the main plot. A tragedy for the family. In 2021, tragedy struck once again as Billy Brown died after a seizure. His passing significantly affected the family and the show, making them wonder whether they would continue living off the grid. Since Billy's death, the children have assumed more responsibility. Some have chosen to stay near their origins, while others have chosen various career routes. In the end, Alaskan Bush People is a tale of tenacity, family harmony, and the adaptability of the human spirit. While the program has its share of controversy, viewers are nonetheless attracted to the Browns' hardy lifestyle and the difficulties they encounter while pursuing independence. Billy Brown and Amy Brown. The family's patriarch was Billy Brown. He was renowned for having a strong will and passion for exploration. His ideas of independence and self-reliance guided the family. Billy tragically died of a seizure in 2021, leaving a massive hole in the family. The mother, Amy Brown, is renowned for her strength and loving personality. She played a vital role in maintaining the family unit and keeping the kids through difficult times. The show's main plot revolved around her fight with lung cancer in 2017, and her eventual recovery was a touching time for her family and admirers alike. The Brown children. Every one of the Brown kids has forged their way. The oldest son, Matt Brown, left the program because of his issues, which included challenges with addiction. He is nonetheless focused on his development and maintains ties to his family. Joshua, better known as Bam Bam Brown, is renowned for his hard work and pragmatic outlook. After a short hiatus to pursue a romantic connection, he returned to the program and helped the family survive. Bear Brown, who leads an adventurous existence in the forest, is well known for his vivacious and wild attitude. Despite his struggles, including a turbulent relationship with his child's mother, he plays a prominent role in the program. Gabe Brown is well-liked because of his kind and laid-back disposition. His strength and flexibility in the face of adversity are well known. Since then, he's gotten married and started a family while continuing to live off the grid. Individual roles. Of the siblings, Noah Brown is the most technically savvy and often finds creative answers to survival issues. He combines his understanding of contemporary technology with the traditional Bush way of life when he married and had his first child. The family's youngest child, Rain Brown, has grown up in the spotlight. She often shares her hardships and experiences on social media, symbolizing resiliency and optimism. Snowbird, sometimes called Bird Brown, is strongly associated with animals and the natural world. She often takes on tasks related to hunting and foraging because she loves a straightforward and independent lifestyle. Ultimately, the Brown family members contribute their advantages and disadvantages to the Alaskan Bush people, resulting in a compelling story of perseverance, personal development, and survival in the face of hardship. Reality docudrama. Alaskan Bush People is among the top reality shows with its never-ending drama. However, the reality docudrama series descended into catastrophe due to several horrific events interwoven with the story. We are delving into the horrors that the Brown family has endured, including the tragic death of Noah Brown, a cherished member of the family today. The program followed the Brown family. The drama has become more intense even after the cameras stopped filming. Family ties are tested, secrets are revealed, and tragedy takes center stage in this drama, which has a more profound impact than the Alaskan cold. Noah Brown. We start by discussing Noah Brown. The death of his father, Billy Brown, who passed away on February 7, 2021 due to a seizure, devastated Noah. This followed Bear Brown's 2020 disclosure that the wildfires in Washington had destroyed the family's house. Even if these instances are regrettable, they're hardly the most significant disasters in Noah Brown's life. Noah might construct a Wi-Fi router from a fishing line in a tree limb as a real-life technopath. Well, that's overstating things, but you get the point. As the creative and resourceful member of the Brown family, Noah has always used the untamed Alaskan frontier as a testing ground for his engineering projects. He became the family's go-to issue solver, whether building tools from scratch or rigging a water pump. Life off the grid. It's interesting to note that while Noah's ingenuity made the Brown family's existence off the grid simpler, his heart was elsewhere. The love of his life, Rain Alicia, had his undivided attention. Every Alaskan Bush People fan's fantasy wedding was theirs in 2018. But Noah's quest for love isn't the only noteworthy aspect of his tale. It's also linked to his worst sorrow. Noah was born on July 18, 1992, and grew up surrounded by Alaska's unadulterated splendor. He adopted a lifestyle focused on strong familial bonds and rugged independence. Although he seemed to have it all, adventure, freedom, and a close-knit family, behind the scenes things were much more nuanced. Physical and emotional isolation. Because of the difficulties most of us couldn't conceive, living so far off the grid meant that survival wasn't always assured. Finding adequate food, constructing shelters, and maintaining the family unit required continual balance. The Browns experienced emotional and physical isolation as they dealt with the difficulties of running a family that, like any other, had its ups and downs. The Brown family used Alaskan Bush People to tell their tale to the globe. Noah's innate creativity and problem-solving skills were evident. His inventiveness and unwavering composure in the face of difficulty immediately won over viewers. He established himself as a reliable source of elegantly doing tasks. Family is everything. Family's everything, according to Noah and the rest of the family. As viewers saw the family cooperate, quarrel, and love one another, this concept was one of the things that gave the program its heart. However, a lot of admirers missed some information. Did you know that not all the filming for Alaskan Bush People took place in Alaska? A few sequences were filmed in places like Chicago Island and Hoonah. Not everything we see seems to be genuine. However, the family's misfortunes are not the kind that can be staged. Let's first discuss the Brown family and their motivations for moving on to that. The Brown family promoted unity, as we've previously discussed. They've centered their whole lives around the idea that we're all connected no matter what. They overcame erratic weather, financial difficulties, and family conflicts because of their closeness. Family disputes. These family conflicts might sometimes be subtle, such as when one sibling casually made fun of another. At other times, they're more noticeable, with arguments over the family business's future or outbursts of rage. Families constantly quarreled. Therefore, these occurrences were as dramatic as one could imagine. Please let me know what your thoughts are. Many of these conflicts arise from the business side. Maintaining the house and running a show are complex tasks. Everyone in the Brown family had a distinct idea of how things should be done, how to handle money, and how each individual should contribute to the company. Like a high-stakes family board game, everyone had a plan but disagreed about the regulations. Family stories that are relatable. The Brown family tale is relatable because of these conflicts, dramas, and difficulties. How they resolve their disagreements, cling to what's essential, and keep going ahead has captured the attention of many admirers. And isn't it something we should all learn? Families and life aren't flawless, but in the end, what matters is that you remain together and support one another. What about the show most captivated you? Was it the drama from their arguments or the family's bond? About drama, one of the show's biggest scandals occurred in 2016. What took place then? I think we should go ahead and get started. Legal trouble. Billy and Joshua Bam Bam Brown were among the Brown family members accused of fabricating information to get Alaska's Permanent Fund Dividend, or PFD. Residents of Alaska who have been there for a year or more and want to remain permanently are eligible to receive the PFD. Fraud, then? While spending much time outside Alaska, the Browns claimed to be state residents. Startling! Billy and Bam Bam pleaded guilty to misdemeanor counts of second-degree unsworn falsification due to this legal issue. The family paid thousands in penalties and was placed under house arrest for 30 days. A blow to the reputation. Even though they were not imprisoned, the incident severely damaged their reputation. For a family depicted as independent and law-abiding wilderness people, this controversy presented a different image. One of the most popular TV families was not as well known as many believed. What may have led them to commit fraud? For Noah and the family, things got worse. Rain Brown was as important to the Alaskan Bush people as Noah was to the family. Rain didn't always appear in the performance, but she added a new dimension of excitement when she did. Being the youngest of the Brown family, she immediately became a symbol of innocence, optimism, and family unity, a force for development and transformation. More than that, however, she demonstrated to the world how ingrained familial loyalty is to them. Hard-working Rain. But with Rain, things aren't always as they appear, and she's coping with darkness. Nevertheless, Rain never shied away from hard labor, whether helping her siblings around the house or taking on 2 massive projects for her age. She was, in a sense, the bonding agent of the Brown household. Regretfully, it seems that neither Noah nor Rain Alicia, his wife, is a huge admirer of her. We mean what? Does the Brown family's love seem phony? What may be causing Noah's familial problems? Does this have anything to do with Rain's darkness? What role does Noah play in all this? Although Noah was an innovator and a problem solver, he struggled with one particular issue. It was difficult for him to balance his expanding family and his part in the Brown legacy. Pressure from having 2 children with his wife made this issue worse. After a while, Noah struggled to maintain equilibrium and tended to tilt more towards his bond with Rain. This caused some division among his fans as well as inside the family. The family dynamics. The way Rain fit into the family dynamics didn't sit well with some viewers, and reports of conflict between her and other family members most notably Rain Brown, didn't help either. According to some fans, the tensions may be because Rain and Noah's siblings don't always agree, notably Rain Brown, who could have thought that Rain was attempting to take her position. When Rain changed her name from Ruth, the rumors only intensified. Rain seems to want to establish limits rather than be overjoyed to be a member of a more well-known family. Imagine, however, attempting to establish boundaries with a family that's used to staying together without question. Setting limits was impossible for Noah and Rain without upsetting the more powerful family. Or do you suppose they may have? Off-grid lifestyle debate. In addition to internal family conflicts, Noah had to cope with the off-grid living controversy. Many have questioned the authenticity of the Brown family's outdoor exploits. Noah was often at the center of these controversies since he was the tech-savvy issue solution. Given that Noah seemed to be able to assemble a functional device out of spare parts in the middle of nowhere, some question the family's level of off-grid living. However, can we hold the man accountable for his resourcefulness? It demonstrates his inventiveness, if nothing else. Social media gave Noah unwelcome attention as he was coping with it. Like many popular people, Noah has had issues with his internet persona. His postings have sometimes sparked controversy, whether by expressing intimate moments that admirers felt were too private or responding to criticism. Noah has had to learn that social media can be a double-edged sword. Tension within. It's not an easy journey. Living such a prominent life always leads to conflicts. Regretfully, Noah's tragedy surpasses his social media gaffes. The friction between Rain, Noah, and his wife is more severe than many assumed, while specifics remain unclear. It serves as a reminder that reality TV only presents a portion of the narrative. Real-life hardships occur behind the scenes, and the Browns are not exempt from them. In August 2024, Noah and his spouse obtained a restraining order against Rain. It was astounding for Alaskan bush people aficionados. How did a family that seems so close on TV end up in this kind of legal trouble? Noah Brown and his spouse reported being harassed and threatened. They said that among Rain's actions were drug misuse, stalking, and threats involving guns. They even claimed that she was upsetting them emotionally. The couple also voiced worries about the security of their kids. What's happening? Are fans familiar with this Rain? Is she acting this way? Raising conflict. Noah described instances in which Rain reportedly threatened to kill him and behaved strangely. He said she offered narcotics to their mother, Amy Brown, and used cocaine and meth. Despite Noah's grave accusations, the court rejected the restraining order because of procedural flaws and a lack of facts. Rain Brown, for her part, defended herself on social media by discussing mental health and highlighting her genuineness. Rain complained about Rain, Noah's wife, changing her name from Ruth in an Instagram post. Additionally, she charged Noah with spreading untruths about her. Rain spoke candidly about her battles with mental illness, including thoughts of suicide, and how she uses marijuana to cope with her symptoms. Despite their disagreements, she wished Noah a Merry Christmas as she wrapped up her letter. As the Brown family negotiates personal struggles and familial ties while being scrutinized by the world, this public reaction brings to light the intricate and sometimes upsetting dynamics inside the family. Before the restraining order. According to reports, Rain and Rain's conflict began to simmer long before the restraining order was issued. Fans have been somewhat critical of Rain, and it seems that acclimating to life as a member of the Brown family hasn't been simple, particularly with cameras running and everyone looking on. According to reports, Rain and her sister-in-law's relationship deteriorated over time, with arguments allegedly focused on family dynamics and limits. Despite the court's original ruling, Noah and Rain were able to secure the restraining order in the end. This is not a win for the Brown family, even if it may seem to be one for one side. Emotional expenses are typically associated with legal decisions. Contrary to families' ability to sticking together. But regrettably, the emotional expenses didn't end there. The drama's aftermath struck the Brown family company like a wild Alaskan snowfall after it had subsided for a spell. Fans, let's face it, detected a crack in that picture-perfect story. The main goal of Alaskan bush people is to highlight the family's tenacity in the face of adversity. As a result, many people were surprised when the restraining order made headlines. Anxious advertiser. Regretfully, this issue affects more than simply the fans. Such disputes cause advertisers to become uneasy, and their revenue begins to decline when they get anxious. The family's business endeavors outside the program, such as brand partnerships and item sales, have suffered. After all, if the Bush family marketing the lifestyle can't get along, who wants to adopt it? It's similar to ordering wilderness survival advice from many people who can't get through Thanksgiving dinner without fighting. Claims that the Alaskan Bush people weren't as accurate as they seemed were the subject of another significant dispute. The program has been criticized by critics and some former viewers for faking or exaggerating aspects of family life. According to reports, the Browns sometimes stayed in motels or more contemporary lodgings during production breaks and didn't live as far away as the program indicated. Scripted or dramatized. Furthermore, some have called attention to scenes in the series that seemed unduly staged or produced for entertainment. Viewers who believed in the show's extreme wilderness survival concept felt betrayed by these charges. Even while the Browns have mostly remained silent about these allegations, the rumors have persisted, which lends credibility to their story. Fans who admired their demanding independence and moral character found the legal troubles and stage charges discouraging. For others, the public's attitude changed from adulation to distrust, which may have serious repercussions for sponsorships, commercial partnerships, and item sales. The actual kicker, though? This circumstance likely complicated future alliances. If there's a chance of more public backlash, who will agree to work on a project with the Browns? Beginning of the end. Naturally, the Browns are resilient and have experienced hardship. However, this one, it made a mark. It remains to be seen whether this disagreement will have a lasting impact on their legacy or if they'll recover stronger. Please let me know what your thoughts are. Is this the start of the end for the Brown family business, or can they pull it together? Is the family as a whole becoming extinct? The family company was more than simply a profession to Noah Brown. It was who he was. You can only imagine how painful it was when everything began to fall apart. Noah had worked diligently and creatively for years to establish the family brand. All that now appeared to be slipping through his fingers due to a falling out between his sister and wife. A family guy at the core. It was more than simply fame and fortune. He'd put his heart into it, and it was about losing it. Noah is fundamentally a family man. His existence revolved around the Browns, and the company was meant to keep them together. Seeing their foundation crumble as a result of that same glue, it must have hurt. But he likely took it personally since he knew Noah. This is not the kind of man who dismisses things. When anything breaks, he's the one who fixes it. And when he was unable to resolve this, even though it wasn't his fault, it must have seemed like a failure. I wonder if Noah ever takes a step back and asks himself, was it all worth it? The pressure to be the family genius, the hard days, the sacrifices. Everything falling apart due to uncontrollable turmoil must have seemed like a terrible joke. Self-sufficient lifestyle. Alaskan Bush People has given audiences a distinctive glimpse into the Brown family's hardy and independent way of life throughout the years. Audiences who respect their resolve to live off the grid have found resonance in their path, full of successes and setbacks. The program has emphasized their survival ability and close family ties, which have endured many difficulties. Engaging admirers. Fans who value the Browns' adaptability and tenacity continue to be enthralled with the series despite criticisms of realism. Personal hardships, moves, and even the tragic death of Father Billy Brown have all been experienced by the family. Nevertheless, they continue to accept the unavoidable changes and develop new solutions to maintain their way of life. The Browns' tale of survival, love, and tenacity endures throughout the series. Their adventure exemplifies the age-old human drive for independence and self-sufficiency, whether navigating the hostile Alaskan tundra or blazing a new trail in Washington state. An inspirational story of a family's indomitable spirit and an entertaining reality program. Alaskan Bush People demonstrates that any obstacle can be conquered with perseverance and teamwork. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon